everybody. It's a great day to make stuffed cabbage. I got cabbage from my garden, and it just always brings back such great memories of my mom. She made the best stuffed cabbage. I still haven't perfected it to how she did it, but today might be the day. The hardest part is always the cabbage leaves. And there's so many different ways you can do it. You can try to carefully take these off and then boil them. I am not good at that. Like, my focus is about 4 seconds, and then I rip the cabbage leaves. So what I started doing is cutting the core out, as you can see here. And I'm going to put this in boiling water for, I don't know, seconds. Then I'm going to take it out, put it in ice cold water in a bowl, which I have already out there, and gently take the softened leaves off. I'm going to soften it first before I start unwrapping the leaves. These are the ingredients I'll be using. This is what my mom did. She used a very small onion that she diced very finely, hamburger, rice, beef broth, sauerkraut, tomato soup, and tomato sauce. You do have to cook the rice first. Then you mix the rice, the hamburger, and the onion together. That's what you're going to stuff your cabbage leaves with. I'm going to do a double batch today because stuffed cabbage is great even after it's been in the refrigerator for days, even the freezer. So I have a lot of cabbage from my garden, so I'm going to make a lot of stuffed cabbage. Once I'm done stuffing the leaves, I make a mixture of the tomato soup and the tomato sauce and the beef broth, dump that over it, and then before I cover it with tin foil to put it in the oven, I take sauerkraut without the juice, just the sauerkraut, and sprinkle that all over the top. It is magnificent. And as long as you bake it for 1.5 to 2 hours, the cabbage leaves will soften up and just be delicious. I plunked the cabbage in the boiling water, and already I have a leaf that's coming off. So I'm just going to take the leaves off, put it in the ice water so it stops cooking. Oh my gosh, I don't think I ever did it this way before, where you can just pull the leaf. Wow. This is going to be incredible if this look at this beautiful leaf. I'm not even having to take the whole cabbage out, so this is going to make it much easier to take the leaves off this way. All righty. That's working out just great for me. So I'm just going to continue this process, pulling the leaves off as they soften. Might have to turn the cabbage around a little bit because it's floating. There we go. Let's do that so it loosens up where I'm pulling from. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be fun, fun, fun. Here's the leaves I've gotten off the cabbage heads. Look at this. I'm stuffing a lot of cabbage. Some of them are very big like this, which if they still have a heavy vein in it, I'm going to cut that a little bit. And then the ones towards the end are smaller, but these are very manageable to stuff and eat. You could eat 4 of these to 1 of these. Anyway, I'm going to get ready to stuff these in a minute. We're going to mix up our fillings for the cabbage rolls. So since I'm doing a double batch, I'm doing about 2 pounds of meat. And I did just double check my mom's recipe. And for each batch, she did 1 egg. So since I'm doing 2, I'm putting in 2 eggs. These are from my chicken coop, by the way. Just makes things so much nicer when some of the ingredients I'm using are right from my backyard. So today, the eggs, the onion, the cabbage are all from my backyard. Now I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of tomato soup. Normally it's 2 if you're just doing one batch. The rest I'm going to add to the sauce. And then salt and pepper. I just always put a little in because I would rather people add salt and pepper to how they like it than to put too much in. So there we go. And then here's my onion that I just diced. We're going to mix that up. Once it's mixed up, we'll start stuffing the cabbage leaves. I forgot to tell you also the rice. So I put 2 cups of cooked rice in here. We're going to get that mixed up and ready to roll. We are ready to stuff. I'm just going to do a few of these so you can see it, and then I'll send you a picture of how it looks all done in the pan. I did put a little bit of the liquid mixture on the bottom of the pan. I just worry about things burning at the bottom. So in the liquid is a can of tomato soup, a can of tomato sauce, a little pour of beef broth, and that's it. I whisked it all together. I poured some at the bottom of the pan, and now we're going to just stuff our cabbage. Now, depending on the cabbage leaf will determine how much meat you put in it. So I'm going to use one of these bigger cabbage leaves first. Let me move this for you so you can see better. I'm just going to, that's about what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see it or not, but then I just fold over the bottom, fold over the sides, and then roll. And here's our cabbage. I'm going to do it the folded side down. I don't know if I told you this or not, but my mom's parents were pure Poles living in Poland. And they decided to, I always say, escape Poland because of all the persecution going on there. And they decided to go to France. Over the German Alps, my mother was born. So she had an older sister who was a baby. They were traveling to France, going over the German Alps. My mom was born. It held them up a little bit, but not too much. And then they located in France. They had a dairy farm. So they had milk, they made cheese, butter, had chickens, all the good stuff. And my dad is a Brooklyn boy, and he was in the army, and he was stationed in France in charge of a German prison camp, and decided to walk down the road to the farm to get eggs, milk, cheese, whatever, and saw my mom. And that was it. He said, I'm marrying that woman. And so he did. And I'm glad of it. Anyway, I love that story. All right, so we have 3 done. I'll do one more. Let's just do one more, and then I'll finish. It's kind of therapeutic doing these folds. Okay, I'll be back. The cabbage rolls are done. I have 2 containers so you can see how much 2 cabbages made. So 2 baking dishes. I'm going to dump the rest of the sauce on them. And then I'm going to add the sauerkraut. I think that was my mom's secret ingredient because anybody else that I know that made these, which there's not many that I know, did not put sauerkraut on them. Maybe it's her secret ingredient. I'm telling you all about it anyway so that you can make delicious cabbage rolls. So I'm just going to sprinkle sauerkraut on top. Then I will be covering this with tin foil. I'm going to put it in a 325 or 350 oven for an hour. because I really want the cabbage to soften up and everything to be hot inside. I would say if you bought a regular can of sauerkraut, that would be about what I'm putting on. About a, what would that be? 8 ounce, 12 ounce, something like that. This is a large can because I'm doing 2 batches. That looks pretty good. Hopefully I'll remember to take a video of how it looks coming out of the oven. But sometimes I get so excited about eating the food, I forget to do a video. Let's see how it looks. There we go. Stuffed cabbage at its finest. All right, go make some stuffed cabbage. Be shiny.